Pompokopon, welcome to the RessaTanu channel. I'm starting a drawing series called Shrimping Pokemanz. More on that later. The dream goal is to get through all 151 first-gen Pokemon, at least. The breakdown of this learning method, dubbed shrimping by its originator, is to follow these steps. Number 1, draw from memory. Number 2, save reference photos of the subject. Number 3, trace reference photos. Number 4, use reference photos to draw subject. Number 5, use the reference photos and draw subject from a different angle. Number 6, repeat step number 1 and draw from memory after all these steps. And the bonus number 7, peek at these side by side to see your progress. Now, more on the origin. Long ago, I was scrolling through my Twitter account and I came across this tweet by user @XUU5019, describing an art tutorial they had made that they dubbed the shrimp method. The post itself is really entertaining and deserves all the attention possible from artists and non-artists alike, so if you'd like to check it out, I've left a link in this video's description. Anyway, the basic idea behind this method is that you spend plenty of time with reference photos of whatever it is you want to draw and try drawing your subject after several levels of exposure. The example in the tweet was a shrimp, and that's where the name came from. I decided that I really wanted to do this with Pokemon. I've been a huge fan of the series since I was a kid. Pokemon Ruby was my first ever video game, and despite watching the cartoon, reading the manga, playing the games, the only Pokefriend I can actually take a shot at drawing is Pikachu. And even then, it's sort of pitiful Chew. Stick around for puns that are much better than that. This might be a bit ambitious, but I'm going to go down the line and start with the original 151. Right at the tippy top of the list with number 001, our favorite budding, hopping green friend Bulbasaur. So, going back to this method, you draw what you think your subject looks like first, save that, and stash it for later. We'll start there, so I'll begin by doodling Bulbasaur by memory alone. And I'm producing this result here that absolutely does not do the time I've invested into Pokemon over the years justice. To all my Bulbasaur enthusiasts out there, this is my formal apology. Yeah, as you can see, it's not all that great. So, next is spending time saving reference photos of your subject. I'm not sure how many is the ideal amount, and the original poster might have been exaggerating when they said that. 32,023 photos, but I'm a very literal person, so I think I'm gonna do just that. Except, just kidding. As beloved as Pokemon is, and for as long as it's been running, I still don't think that many official Bulbasaurs exist in this cold, cruel world. But I do think official caps of Bulby are ideal here, which is something I liked about the post. They recommended only saving real pictures of shrimp, and I actually think that at the end of this, the artists trying their hand at this method can really start to get a feel for their style, which I know from personal experience is something that we in the artist community can kind of get hung up on. Rightly so though, it's neat when you stumble across someone's art and you're like, oh, I follow this person, their art's so fun. That kind of feeling. Alright, the next step is tracing. You know, I think I'll flex my super speed here and zip through this because we already have the wonderful official art to look at and you'll just be watching as I botch that, so let me just... To all of my technology challenge people out there, this was a 2x speed upgrade of tracing done. I don't actually have super speed, and if I did, I would definitely not be using it to trace, and instead use it into finally being able to catch my punk child doggy who thinks she can run away from me at any given moment. Once the tracing step has been done, we move on to using the photos as actual reference shots. This is something I'm more or less familiar with, and one of my art-related nervous breakdowns was definitely due to realizing that as you grow as an artist, you only start to use more and more references, not less. I think this is a potential hack into that, so props to OP for shelling this out. Get it? Shell out. Shellfish. After our reference step, the next part is to use a photo as a reference, but draw the subject from an angle that does not match the reference photo. If Jesse, James, and Ash had considered doing this, maybe they could have very well calculated that this was not a Pokeball, Voltorb, or Electrode, but instead a Jigglypuff, as seen from above.
It's a Voltorb!
It's a Pokeball, without a doubt.
Obviously, it's an Electrode.
And the answer is a... Jigglypuff, seen from above.
Classic. I don't know about this. I don't know if I can. So now that this step is done, it's time for a repeat of step number 1. Using nothing but the knowledge this experience has given me, I will now draw Bulbasaur. No references, not even a peek. This is sorta where you as a viewer have to trust me and promise not to hack into my camera to make sure I'm not cheating. I think it's better. I think it's finally we can take a look at the results of our hyperbolic time chamber training by pulling up our first attempt and placing it side by side with our newest contender and... Oh my god. This This is my second formal apology to all Bulbasaur enthusiasts out there. Yeah, definitely could have come out better, but on the bright side, it kind of looks better. Okay, well that's it for the first episode of Shrimping Pokemanz, so thank you for tuning in and watching me flail around. If you happen to stumble upon this and think it's kind of neat, let me know if you decide to take your own shot at the shrimping method. I think it has a lot of potential, but I guess we'll see what that means for me at the end of this Poke adventure. Oh no, wait. What's the last Pokemon's number in the current national dex?